Hi, everybody. Today we're going to be looking at our formatting and editing checklist for Google Docs, and we're going to be using some tools that might help us with our writing. So the first thing that you might notice here is that there are a bunch of words that are spelled incorrectly on purpose, and they are underlined in red. You might also notice that there are some words spelled incorrectly, like spelling and entire. The reason those are not underlined is because I did a spell check earlier with my class, and those words I just hit ignore. And when you hit ignore, that means that the computer kind of thinks that, oh, they spelled this word wrong on purpose, or there's another spelling that the dictionary doesn't know. So you have to make sure that if you are doing the spell check, that you fix every single word that they say is spelled wrong if it's really spelled wrong. So it's very easy to do a spell check. There's actually two ways of, or there's a couple ways of doing it. One way is if you just tap on the word that's underlined in red, you notice that the correct spelling comes up as a suggestion right above it. Um, I can also go to more options and I can do a spelling and grammar check of the whole document. I can add it to my personal dictionary. So that would be like if I spelled my last name and it said it was spelled wrong, I can add that to my dictionary so that every time I spell my last name, it's not going to think I'm trying to spell something different. So, or your first name, if you have a first name that always autocorrects, you might want to do that. But so you can either just tap here where it says incorrectly and that's the right spelling. So that's one way. Or if you type a whole story or a whole essay and you want to check the spelling on the whole entire thing, you just have to tap on this button up here. It's the letter A with a check mark, easy to remember because it's the spell check. So there's a little check and there's an A. So then when I tap on that, it comes up as spelling and grammar. So it's telling me change document to document, change words to words. So I'm just tapping on the word that it's supposed to be. Sometimes there will be more than one here because it's giving you different options. You can also hit accept. It's going to give you the same thing, accept, accept. And then it says document looks good. And I see right here, I must have fixed this before. All right, so now everything is spelled incorrectly. If I did something wrong grammatically, grammar is basically how we use words. If I said we was going to the store instead of we were going to the store, let's see if that comes up. Yes, so the verb here was comes up in blue. So if it comes up in red, that means it's spelling. If it comes up in blue, that means it's grammar. Something's wrong with the way that you're using the words. So when I tap on this, it suggests a different word, we were going to the store because that's the correct way to say it. But again, let me spell store wrong too, just for good measure. So we have store in red, that's spelling, was in blue, that's grammar. So if I hit the little spell check button here, it's going to tell me change was to were, which I'm going to accept, and then change store to store. And now it says document looks good. Okay, so you can check spelling and grammar. So once you went through what I just did, once you do that on your document, check this little box saying, okay, I'm all done. The second thing that we're going to do today is we are going to use the dictionary tool. And the dictionary tool is one that is a really good tool because a lot of times in your writing, especially in third grade, when you kind of first start using a computer to write instead of writing by hand, you do that more and more as you get older. But a lot of times, you look back at your story and you have the same word a lot of times. So you keep using the word said. She said this, he said this, he said that, he said that. So if I wanted to try and find a different word for said, I would find where I had the word said in my story and I would tap on it to highlight it. Okay. Then I would go to tools and then I would go down to dictionary and then notice it also gives you command shift and Y. You could do that also, but you could just go to tools dictionary. And since I highlighted the word said, it gives me here that it's a verb. It's the past and past participle of say, adjective, said, and it's used to refer to someone already mentioned or named. And then it tells me what say means. To utter words as to convey information, an opinion, a feeling, or intention. Thank you, he said. He said the fund stood at $100,000. So it gives us a very descriptive definition of the word. And then down here, it gives us this, which we have learned synonyms means words that mean the same thing. So instead of said, I could say speak, I could say uttered, I could say voiced, pronounced, vocalized, announced, stated, responded, claimed. So all of these are words that I could use instead of said. If I tap on one of these words, it's going to look up the definition of that word. I don't want to do that. So I'm going to go back to where I have my synonyms here. Okay. And so then in my story, I can just change it. So instead of said, I would say commented or something. Okay, so that's kind of the idea of the dictionary. You can use it, one, if you don't know what a word means, you can look it up. You can just type it and look it up. Or two, you can look for words that you already have in your story and then change them by finding a synonym. Actually, if you finish today and you have a little bit of time, you could definitely go back into a story and look up and see if there's a word that you use a lot. And as a side note, a way to do that, if you hit Command and the letter F, you could find the word in the document. So like if I want to find the word good, no, I don't have that at all. Said, I don't have it all. So I don't know. I would just look for a word. So I use the word different twice. So now I see, okay, I have that word twice in my whole entire document. Twice is not that much. But if I looked up the word said and it was a story and it said I had like 15 of them, then maybe I would go back and then change some of them to a different word. So you can do that if you want to, if you're done. So this one, I'm telling you to look up the word loquacious using the dictionary feature. So again, you would just highlight it. You would go to tools, and then you would go down to where it says dictionary. I'm not going to look up the word loquacious for you because that's what the assignment is. I want you to do that. But then once you find out what it means, you're going to tap and select whatever it means. So the word said means past and past participle of say. So then I'm going to either go to edit copy, or no, it's not going to let me edit copy. So I'm going to do Command C, hold down the Command key and then the C. And then I'm going to go down here where it says write the definition. And then I'm going to hit Command V. And then it's going to give me whatever is here. Or you could just type this if you want some extra typing practice. Okay, so that is what we're doing today. We are looking for the checking the spelling of the whole document. If you want, down here, you could also write a sentence and spell some words wrong on purpose or use incorrect grammar on purpose just so that you can see how it changes and how it notices it. And then here you're looking up the word loquacious. I don't know, I just picked that word because it's an interesting word and maybe you can use it in your writing. But you're going to write down the definition here and then check them off when you're done. Good luck and let me know if you have any questions. Bye.